I want to talk about a critical problem we face when visualizing architectural projects using AI, especially in large-scale projects like multi-block residential complexes or scenes with a high level of detail. At first glance, AI-generated images may look impressive, but when you zoom in, serious issues start to appear, and the main reason for this is resolution. Most AI models generate images at around 1024 pixels, which is simply not enough for large and complex scenes. So what do we do next? We upscale the images. We use different tools and AI systems to increase the resolution to 4K or even 8K. But then another problem begins. The image becomes bigger, but the quality doesn't scale properly. When you zoom in, you start noticing distorted furniture, deformed human figures, broken or shifted details, unrealistic and inconsistent elements. So globally, the image looks good, but locally, it completely falls apart. This is exactly where the Carrot module comes in. The purpose of Carrot is simple. Instead of fixing the entire image, it intelligently corrects only the problematic areas. And the specific mode we use here is Area Field Enrichment. Let me show you how it works. First, we open the Carrot module. Then we select Area Field Enrichment. Next, we choose an aspect ratio from the top. For example, 16.9, 4.3, 1.1, or 9.16. This ratio defines the selection area. Then we select the problematic region directly on the image. For example, let's say we have a terrace and the furniture is broken, the people look unnatural. We simply select that area. And here comes the key part. We write a prompt directly on that selected region. We tell the system exactly what to fix. Fix the furniture, make the people look natural, improve the realism of details. You can select multiple areas if needed, mark all problematic regions one by one, then start the process. The system analyzes each selected area individually and regenerates only those parts. So what's the result? High resolution is preserved, architectural geometry remains untouched, local issues are completely fixed, and in the end you get a truly professional image that holds up even at close inspection in 4K or 8K quality. In short, upscaling gives you resolution, but Carrot gives you quality back.